Yo there, brother. What's crack-lacking? Welcome to your plan. So, just want to apologise as well that, like, if I sound a bit wheezy on this video today, I think I'm coming down with the flu or some shit like that. Hopefully it's not coronavirus and we're all good. But anyway, so this is just some guidelines to start off with your plan here. That's just going to give you some instructions of how things are going to work and what the serving sizes look like. As you go down, it's just some more guidance for if you're going to be buying frozen or raw meats at any point, like how you can compare the weights with stuff if you're not using any kind of food scales. You don't have to worry about food scales too much, most likely, because a lot of the foods that you're eating are just cold. So it's already going to have the measurements and stuff like that written on the packets, and good guesstimates are pretty fine with me. So yeah, little things here of how we're going to record your progress. Now, these are some guidelines just in case you want to use like any kind of initiative yourself, but I'm going to be asking you for stuff. So we're looking for regular progress photos every 2 to 4 weeks, waist thigh arm measurements every 2 to 4 weeks, and body weight measurements every like 1 to 2 weeks, really. Like 2 weeks is the latest that I'm going to leave that kind of thing, just depending on how it is that you're progressing and how it is that you're feeling throughout the journey. But yeah, I'll let you know when I want these kind of things off you. This is just in case you want to take more things off your own initiative. Other little things there just to do with how tracking's going to help us like know what your progress is going on. Sorry, that was awful English. So that we can like measure your progress better and just know what kind of direction you're heading in and making sure that everything's going in the right direction. When we come onto your essential supplements, this is stuff that I really do recommend for you. If you don't have a fish oil or a multivitamin and mineral tablet, please go and buy those things, even if they're not very expensive. Now, I understand if right now you don't want to spend out on supplements given the things that have happened, so don't stress too much. But I would recommend looking at these things in the long run, even if they're just cheap ones that you get. Like, you know, you spend like friggin' £3 or £4 on both of them. Something's better than nothing. And that's just to make sure that you're getting a good quality of fats inside your diet, and that in a calorie deficit, you know, it's harder to make sure that we've got all the right vitamins and minerals for you. So it's just good to have an insurance policy against that. The salts is one that I do recommend getting on pretty much right away, because I'm sure that you can just find that around your base. But yeah, 1 to 3 grams of salt or 1 or 2 electrolyte tablets in water, 10 or 20 minutes pre-workout is something that I'm going to recommend to you. Although that also depends on how much salt is inside the meats that you're going to be buying. If you're already having a high level of salt throughout your diet, there's probably going to be no need for that. The reason why we're doing that is because sodium is super good for performance. It's really good for just getting a higher pump. It's really good for just making sure that your nervous system is working as well as it could be throughout the workout. And if you've ever had those days when you just go into the gym and you just feel weak for no reason, it's probably because you're relatively low in your sodium intake for the day. Sometimes it is that people need a deload depending on how hard it is they've been training for X and Y, Z amount of weeks. But a lot of times if you're having these times where it's like 25% of your workouts, 30% of your workouts, you're just having these off days, and you know it's hard to always have a good workout. It's probably just that you're low in sodium, man. It makes a huge difference to performance. Recommended whey protein supplements, as long as you're just getting something that fits within that bracket. I don't mind whatever brand it is that you have, but I recommend getting MyProtein or PNI supplements, pure protein for this plan. So meal 1, this is your breakfast, where I'm going to be recommending that you get your main fat sources in for the day. So yeah, fat biased breakfast, like 400 calories with 40 grams of protein inside it, or thereabouts, like 35 to 40 grams is going to be fine. And you're going to be looking at having like 5 large whole eggs, 2 large whole eggs, or with some bits of bacon, or some whey protein and some dark chocolate. Like, those are just some things that I recommend inside there, but I'm fairly certain there are going to be other options that you'd be able to go for. Like, I think that off just at the top of my head, that like half an avocado, 2 pieces of bergen linseed and soya bread, and like half a tin of tuna or 100 grams of chicken is also going to fit that as well. But yeah, that's just what I recommend. It is that you trying to have like just getting a good amount of fats inside your breakfast, like 20 to 30 grams of fat from good sources. And for the record, I do count bacon as far as the fat goes on it is pretty sound. Maybe not the rest of the meat to have all the time, but you know, it's not the end of the world. So anyway, when it comes to post-workout, I've just put this meal to be here, assuming that you're working out sometime around lunch. But this is just like a protein and a small amount of carbohydrate source. So 1 scoop of whey protein with a bit of fruit, or half a skyr yogurt. They usually have some amount of carbohydrates inside them. If you've never tried skyr yogurts before, man, they're amazing. It's just a really high strained yogurt that tends to be higher in protein than other kinds of yogurts. Aldi does a really nice passion fruit one. So meal 2 and 3, assuming that this is going to be like lunch and dinner for you, I've just given you kind of similar options for everything. So there's just a couple of different meat choices. There's a couple of different carbohydrate choices. You can have half and half of anything as well, because all the meat choices are relatively, similar calories and similar protein amounts. So if you wanted to have like 100 grams of chicken with 100 to 150 grams of ham, you'd be more than welcome to do that. If you wanted to have half a pack of microwave rice with 200 grams of sweet or white potato, you're more than welcome to go for that. That sauce is recommended inside there to just bump those calories up a little bit more. But yeah, as long as you're just having something that fits within that kind of bracket, you are good to go. Down here, if you go down a little bit more, I've recommended some other kind of like meal ideas that fit alongside that, just to give you some other examples of foods that can fit the bill. But also, if you've got that Aldi near you, always recommend those Slimwell meals that they do. Pretty much all the Slimwell meals, give or take maybe 2 or 3 of them, have like 450 to 500 calories in with about 50 grams of protein in, which means that you're going to have another like 200 to 250 calories that you can have on a carbohydrate source to go along with that. So like one of those with 2 or 250 grams of sweet white potato will be great. And you can cook potato in the microwave as well. You can cook pasta in the microwave as well, in case you're wondering why I've whacked that in your plan. So yeah, those are just some recommendations for your food. Hope that this helps you out, brother. If you have any questions or anything like that, let us know. But I'm always going to be here for you anyway. Boom. Peace out.